The extraordinary success of this mission was due to the incredible skill, bravery, and selfless courage of the United States military and our diplomats and intelligence professionals.
It was a logistical success, but a strategic failure.
Was it perfect? Of course not.
For all this talk of chaos, I just didn't see it, not from my perch.
Well, in just a few hours, the House Foreign Affairs Committee will hear directly from top officials of our government on the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our next guest was on the ground in 2021, helping rescue Americans trapped as the Taliban took control. Florida Congressman Cory Mills joins us right now with more on what we can expect from today's hearing. Cory, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so the administration, they say there were problems, but it was a success. When 13 U.S. service members die and 170 others killed during the withdrawal when the suicide bomber walked over to the Abbey Gate, I don't think that's a success.
Well, the entire thing was a massive strategic failure. It was putting political optics over ground truth. We could have used Bagram Air Base, which had the ability to not only have two runways simultaneously operating, but it had standoff distance and it had the available areas for real security. When you think about the collapse of the Bagram Air Base, that also entailed the collapse of the Bagram prison, which is where we believe that the suicide bomber had originated from. Right. Now you've got people who are absolutely encircled at H-Kaya, but here's the worst part. When a military government, a DOD or a DOS, takes over a commercial airspace or a commercial runway, they're responsible for shutting down all of the commercial flights that all of these individuals were already scheduled and booked on. Remember, for Biden's political optics, he said 9/11 was the day that he was going to pull out, and he thought that was so brilliant. Right. But what he didn't understand is that people had booked flights on Cam Air, Emirates, all these other airlines, and that immediately stopped. So he is actually responsible not just for the death of 13 brave heroes, but the entrapment of Americans and others that resulted in the 170 deaths.
Yeah, exactly. And, how many Americans are still over there trying to get out because ultimately the administration said, yeah, we're working on getting them out. There are images of the 13 U.S. service members killed in that Kabul airport attack. I was reminded that in 2021, you rescued 4 Americans from Afghanistan after Kabul fell. You were with us on our program last week talking about how you had just rescued some Americans in Haiti. And over the weekend, there you are again. You went back to Haiti. You rescued 13 more Americans, including children. And Cory, I'm going to play a soundbite for you and then get your reaction. The State Department paints a pretty bad picture about the number of people who are stuck on that island. Listen.
This is a fluid situation, and the number of individuals who have reached out to us through the crisis intake form is approaching 1,000, and we're continuing to monitor the situation closely. I'm just going to say that work is ongoing, and we have no higher priority than the safety and security of American citizens.
Okay, so there are 1,000 Americans stuck over there. Cory, the criticism a lot of people have is, where was the plan? We knew things were going to hell over there. Where was the plan?
Well, there wasn't a plan. Look, you just talked about 2021, no strategic plan whatsoever. Let's go to Israel, where I pulled out and rescued over 255 Americans, no strategic plan or rescue. We had to shame Biden into doing his job to send 1 aircraft when other nations had already done it. Now, fast forward, we're sitting here looking at Haiti, where we knew that the situation was deteriorating. We knew that Jimmy Chabier and the gangs from G9, as well as from Mencken Khan and all the others, were coming together. We knew that the government had already fled and was staying in Puerto Rico, where the prime minister was residing before his resignation. So it's sad that, again, you've had Jake Sullivan and others, and Miller has said they don't have any plans whatsoever to evacuate. You've got this deputy spokesman saying it's their top priority for the safety and security, but it's not. It is not their top priority. If it was, they would have actually been starting flights out of Cap Haitian. They would have actually started commissioning and getting people over there to try and start doing helo operations in coordination with whether it be Provo over in Provencal, whether it be with the DR, whether it be with other areas. The bottom line is that Biden administration has a pattern of abandonment. They care more about trying to go ahead and save political optics than save American lives. And I'm just simply not going to stand for that. If he's not going to do his job, I'll do it for him.
Yeah, and you are. You're flying them out about a dozen at a time, but you can't get all 1,000 out. Congressman, thank you very much, and God bless you for the work you do on the weekends where you're not in Congress.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. That's great.